First of all, we must get comfortable. The most important element is to have a straight back. So however we're sitting, whether it's on a chair or a cushion, make sure your back is straight. Not ramrod straight, but straight for you, depending on your shape. Your feet should be on the floor if you're sitting on a chair, not touching, but placed flat on the floor, not crossed over. Try to keep them straight down. And your hands should be in your lap, palms upwards, the right palm over the left. And we need to keep this position throughout the meditation, so it's important to feel that it's comfortable. So first of all, we can check our position. And we can do this at points during the meditation. If we find that we're not really comfortable, then it's quite okay to adjust. The point is not to sit absolutely immobile, but to sit in ease and comfort, and not feeling the need to move unless it's really necessary. So place your attention on the feet. Wriggle them if you need to. Establish their presence. Are they comfortable? If they're okay, then go up to the knees. How do the knees feel? Are they too close together? Too far apart? Cramped in any way? Wiggle and move them and make them comfortable. And then we can move to the hips and the lower back especially. Try to keep it close to the back of the chair so that your bottom is touching the rear of the chair and you're not slumping or lounging. And now move up to the shoulders, especially where the neck meets the shoulders. If it feels tight or cramped, you may need to move your hands. Shift your hands forwards or backwards towards your body until you find the strain is relieved. You may even need a cushion under your hands. And then the head should be balanced, should feel balanced. The eyes pointing forwards, 6 or 8 feet in front at the floor. Eyes can be closed or very, very slightly open, just enough to let light in so that you don't feel drowsy. You can imagine that the head is suspended on a string and is light. And now we can bring our attention down to our nose, especially just inside the nostril at the tip. Try to feel the sensation of air passing into and outside the nostril. as you breathe. This is a sensation of the breath, the physical sensation. It may feel cool as the breath enters the nostril and warm as it leaves. And we need now, throughout the meditation, to just stay with this simple point, this simple sensation. We just need to stay with it, not be distracted. This simple operation, holding our attention on the sensation of the breath, is all we have to do. If you have problems finding the sensation, then wet the tip of your finger with your tongue and just wipe it on the inside of your nostril at the very tip. Make it cool. And then you should feel the sensation more clearly. Only do this at the start. Keep your attention on one breath at a time. Don't consider the last breath. And don't consider the future breath. Stay with this breath. Sensation of the air entering the nostril and the sensation of the air leaving the nostril. That is one breath. And now we focus on the next breath. One breath at a time. If this is difficult at first, you can say inhaling, exhaling, or even in, out. But remember, we are focusing on the sensation and not on the counting, not on any words. Just a pure sensation of inhaling and exhaling. And just stay with this, one breath at a time. If you find your thoughts wandering, then note thinking and go back to the breath. Don't follow the thoughts. Just note thought has happened. Don't get interested in it. Don't follow it. Just acknowledge its presence and go back to the breath, the inhalation and the exhalation, felt as a sensation in the tip of the nostril. Every time you notice that you've had a distracted thought, this is a good sign. It means your alertness is very good. And re-establishing mindfulness on the breath is also very good. This is meditation. Staying with the object, the breath, noticing other things happening, but not being carried away by them, not being distracted from the main purpose of staying with the breath. Inhalation, exhalation. This is all we have to do. Just stay with the breath, just noting the sensation of the air entering the nostril and leaving. If you feel any other sensations, like an itch, or even a pain, or an ache, or any tightness in the muscles, then just wriggle that part of the body and try to relax it. Don't follow it or concentrate on it. go back to the breathing. But if the pain persists, you may have to move and adjust the position. It is quite okay to move, but make sure it is a good reason to move, not a mere distraction. And when you've dealt with your position of your body, and that it feels relaxed, comfortable and alert, then go back to the breathing and the sensation of inhalation and exhalation. Just one breath at a time. Just stay with the current breath, following it, entering the nostril and then leaving the nostril, entering the nostrils and then leaving, one breath at a time. Hear any sounds? They're merely distractions. Just note hearing and go back to the breathing. If you have a thought, a memory, anticipation of future questions, just note them as thoughts, thinking, and go back to the breath. Our job in meditation is just to stay with the breath. Just one breath at a time. Air coming in, air leaving. Any thoughts that come to mind are merely thinking. They're merely distractions. Just note thinking and go back to the breath. The sensation of air leaving the nose and then entering the nose. Continuous process. One breath at a time. In the closing moments of the meditation, we can return back to our body and just note, how does it feel? Are the feet relaxed? Are the ankles relaxed? The knees, the back, the shoulders. Does the body feel at ease? We can also look at our mind. Does my mind feel relaxed? Does it feel more peaceful than when I started? Does it feel happier than when I started? These are some of the fruits of meditation. And now, in your own time, you can leave the meditation. When you're ready, open your eyes, re-establish contact with the room. Move the hands, move the feet, and come back into the ordinary world. And the meditation session is completed.